Hey, Sharp Photo Challengers, welcome to week number 14. And this week's challenge, or last week's rather, that we're going to be looking at is Totem. So I challenged you guys to pick one totem, one small object that may speak to you. It could be a random object of your choice. It could be something that has personal meaning, but you have to incorporate that into each photo that you take. This was, of course, inspired by one of my favorite movies, Inception, where each of the characters have a little personal totem that they carry around through their dreams that anchors them to reality. So no real deep meaning going on there. I just thought it would be a fun idea. That to carry an object around with you, just to kind of take with you on your travels. If it's small enough that you can put it in your bag, your camera bag, and then just kind of take it out everywhere you go and see how many different ways you can photograph it. So I thought it'd be kind of interesting. It might get people's creativity, creative juices flowing. My totem of choice was my rubber ducky. This rubber ducky has gone with me everywhere I've ever worked. Since I first started working at Loblaws, somebody thought it'd be smart just to put it on top of the monitor that I worked at. So I took it. Sorry, Loblaws, I'll pay it back later. And it's just kind of gone with me from desk to desk, every monitor that I've ever worked at, every computer I've ever worked at. So I just keep it on the desk. Sometimes you can see it in the background here. Other times I keep it on the monitor up here. But yep, he follows me around, so I thought that will be my totem. So you'll see him in a few seconds. But I want to get to this week's submissions. So for those of you who are new to the challenge, I've noticed I've got some messages from some people who are new, who are wondering how this all works. Basically, this is how it works. You jump onto my website, sharpgoat.com, and head over to the blog, where amongst all the updates, you will find some that are titled SG Photo Challenge. Blog posts will have details of the challenge. So here's the Totem Challenge. Within there are the rules, the outline of the challenge, if you will, that you need to follow for the upcoming week. And then every Sunday, the following Sunday after the challenge is put out, the submissions are due. So if you get your shots in by noon on the following Sunday, I can then include them into the video critique. So, and then they also get put up on the Facebook page for Sharpgoat, and other people are free to lend their own comments and opinions and tips and tricks to your shots as well. So that's where you get the open feedback, the open forum from the rest of the people in the group. They get to comment and throw some love your way for the challenge, for the photos that they love, and also give their own little comments and opinions on how you could better your photography as well. Excuse me, the window's open because it's mighty hot in here. So that's how it works. So this is for you, especially Kathy Schufelt. Welcome to the challenge. I heard you were interested, so that's how you can get in. When you want to submit, you head on over to the SG Photo page over on my site, enter your name, all your information, and your Flickr gallery URL. I ask people that people use Flickr because it just makes my life easier. You can upload full res files to Flickr, and also it keeps track of all your information, your metadata from your camera, so I can see what lens and what settings you were using. So that is often helpful. So that's all that I ask, is that you use Flickr. Send the Flickr gallery over here, copy and paste it, and I'll get it, and I'll be able to include it in the challenge. So hope that I can see something from you next week. But let's jump into this week's. It's a light week, so thank God I can get back on track with this and ready to roll for the next one as well. So let's see. This one we have Ingrid. Thank you very much for submitting again this week. I appreciate it. It looks like you've had a lot of fun with it. Let's check it out. So your totem is this otter. I've seen this otter in a few, I think 1 or 2 pictures before. So here it is, otter and pal with the chicken. My girlfriend would actually like to have a chat with you someday. She's got a fascination with chickens as well. She has some chickens in her backyard. I digress. Back to the photo here. So you're still with your Nikon 5.6. It looks like you've got a better grasp on the manual settings. We've spoken, you and I, about this, and yeah, it did seem like you did grasp it. So it feels like you're shooting full manual. Good for you. Hats off. And where are we? This must be at your desk, I'm guessing. So you took your, sorry, is it otter or seal? Otter, I'm going to guess. Obviously, my parents never took me to Marineland. So you took your otter to work, and very cool. Otter gets a hug. Aw. It oughter be a great day. Oh, wait a second. There we go. So there we go. Ought to be a great day. Okay, cool. It's, I like how you're taking it with you. I don't know how you're taking this thing with you everywhere you go. Hey, my phone's going off. But good for you for hauling that around places and taking a photo. Where are the surroundings? I want to know where you are. That's the point. Take a picture of the otter in the surroundings. So I like how you're taking pictures of it, but I want to see more. Here we go. That's cool. So use it to set up a little scene. You got to buckle it up for the car. Very cool. Now you're playing with it. It's kind of a prop. It's part props, part subject. So that's the whole point. Not just taking a picture of it, but incorporating it into a scene. Very cool. Like what you did here. That's cute. I'm going to talk about your manual settings for just 1 second. So you're at 7.1. And you don't necessarily have to be. So you do have a proper exposure here. It's in focus, so you're very, very close here. So actually you're on. There's nothing wrong with your exposure. You're absolutely fine. Your settings are absolutely fine. Here are some things that could better that. So I noticed that you're at 7.1. You don't necessarily have to be, because you can open that up. At 7.1, you're at a pretty deep depth of field, and so there's no depth to this picture. There's no background that's far behind Mr. Otter here, so you don't necessarily have to have it at 7.1. So I would recommend opening that up as much as you can, and which will bump up the exposure, and then you can either speed up the shutter or drop that ISO a bit. If you drop that ISO a bit, helps decrease the amount of noise in the picture. There's not much noise going on, just a little bit in the dark spots here, but that's how you can trade that off. So yeah, that's my only suggestion, and it's only a suggestion. You don't really have to do it because you nailed the exposure here, you nailed the focus, so good on you. Otter go a gardening. Cool, very cool. There, and again, incorporating it into a scene. It's hiding behind the leaves. I love that. The color, the red is not totally masking it, so he's still popping out. Why is my phone going off all the time? I swear I'm not that popular. Oh, it's my iPad. That's what it is. Tricksy little devices. So very cool. I like that. Or maybe I ought to go here. And you're getting creative with your titles too. Very cool. I like this. Cute. It's cute. I like how he's making his way around the garden. I like it. I'm digging this otter guy very much. No, I ought to go up bacon. Ha. What is he? Oh, it's a cupcake. That's very cool. Yeah, very nice. And you chose this one to focus on the cupcake, not on the otter itself. Very cool. I dig it. How did you carry this otter with you around everywhere? Otters love rain. Don't they? Okay. Very cool. I didn't get a picture of mine at the computer. I chose not to, but I have many of mine at the computer. I should have done that though, because this one looks cute. This one, open up a bit more. His bum's getting cut off at the very bottom, so I'd even open up a bit more. Back up a little bit more. It's okay if we see the environment that the computer is set at as well. Just let it breathe a little bit. Otter have some lunch. Very cool in his position. Like, okay, very cool, very cute. I dig it very much. Oh, Otterda. Oh, Otterda. Oh, Otterda. Okay. And okay, again, very cool. Spin it around. You got the sunlight on the back of them, so you could use that sunlight to as little as there may be on a gloomy day, as it looks like it is. Use it on the front of them. Only a suggestion, but that could work very cool. Very nice. All those submissions that you sent here, and also I dig your totem, Mr. Otter here. Very cute little guy. I like him in the garden. These shots of him in the garden, very nice. So yeah, thank you very much, Ingrid. I appreciate that. And you were early with your submissions too, so I like how eager you are with getting your shots in. Moving on here, Melissa Hughes, thank you. I thought I would use my engagement wedding ring. Seems like cheating, but they are super what? Super important to me. That's fine. That's awesome. I love that, and I always have them on. Then I thought I would share bits myself in every picture as well. That is awesome. That's a great idea. Yeah, nothing against that at all. That's great. So let's see what you got. Remember these roses from the macro challenge? Yeah, they're dead. You kill plants, do you? I don't mean to. I just do. That's fine. Okay, so you're using your wedding rings. Wedding rings are very tough to shoot. And if you see those great macro shots that wedding photographers take, it's tough to position rings. I find it tough because they're so small and you can't position them. It's very tough to get them even, like, if you stack them on top of one another or position them like in flowers. It's tough to compose that. So I applaud wedding photographers who do nail that. Plus then becomes basically macro photography. You got to get in real close and make sure you get those wedding rings in focus, which this one, the wedding rings look a little soft. It looks like you got the flower in focus just a little bit, but now that's about it. I like how you recycle the flowers. Then it's you're forgiven for killing them because you're using them. It becomes a prop. And that says something. Wedding rings on top of a dead flower. I don't know what that says. Kind of dark. Let's moving on. My lovely piano that I don't play enough, but I can play. Cool. What do you play? What is your favorite thing to play on the piano? Answer me, please. So here, and again, I love that how you're using the wedding rings. That's a fantastic prop, and it's something personal to you, and so it becomes also more important than how you're placing it. It creates a story with the image, and it's something personal to you. So yeah, I dig that. Plus, putting them on the piano keys, very good spot. I like that very much. I like this shot. I really do dig that very, very much. And you nailed focus here. They stand out from the keys. It's very cool. My favorite book that my husband got me in Germany. I can't read it. It's an old French, if that's even a thing. It's over 300 years old. Good God. That's amazing. And again, look at this. And you're using the rings here. Now the rings are out of focus. They are actually creating focus on the words les mêmes. See, I failed French. But very cool how you're implementing, you're utilizing the rings very well. And it's actually really good lighting coming in on here as well. Because it's, the ring is causing a bit of a shadow here, but it's still, spotlighting les mêmes here. It's very cool. I like that. Maybe 15% of my books are in this picture. I have to read them all before I die. Is that like the stipulation that death gave you? Like, you must read all these books or you will never die? That's not a bad idea. Anyways. This is probably, you say this is 15% of what you own. This is probably the total accumulation of books I've finished in my lifetime. I've started many, many, many. Rarely do I finish them. Reading's not really my thing. So here, where are the rings? Oh, they're up here. Okay. Almost missed them. It became a Where's Waldo thing for a second. And I almost missed them because they weren't bright enough. But very cool. And because my eye was, of course, drawn to the very center where there are all the words, and it's nice and bright, and it's nice and focused. So I almost missed them. I almost feel like putting them like on top of one of these old books, like putting them on top of the Precious Gift, and then just getting in closer and just so you scan. The shot would be framed up on like the top of these books here, so we'd be less distracted by the words, but we would see the Precious Gift and the rings on top because they'd be placed against the dark, but they'd catch a little bit of light, so they'd be properly exposed. And that's exactly what I would do. But I like how you are incorporating now a couple of things that are personal to you. Very cool. The Teen Study Bible. What's that? My lens hood. I love my camera. Don't we all? Aren't cameras awesome? So here we go, and using the lens hood to frame up the rings here. Again, very cool, because it'll make the rings stand out. I dig that. Using even your camera accessories for that. Cool. Very beautiful shots, Melissa. I like yours very, very much. You were very creative with your choice of rings. This one was a little bit soft on focus, the rings and the flowers, but everything else very nice. And you use the rings in different ways. Highlighting words out of your favorite book here on your favorite instrument over by your books. This is a very personal selection of photos for you. I really dig that you did this one the way you did. It kind of opened up, and now I feel like I know you a little bit more. So thank you very much. That was a very awesome submission that you gave. So if anybody else is interested in getting in on the challenge, or you want to challenge someone else who should be using their camera more, who yearns for a challenge, you can send them over to sharpgoat.com/blog, where they can find more information on the challenge, what the most previous challenge is. The new challenges will drop on Mondays now, and this video will be out on Monday too. Yay! I can get back to a realistic release schedule. Not this wacky dacky, photos are due by Sunday and the new challenge is out Monday and the critiques are out Tuesday. That just doesn't make sense. This way makes a whole lot of sense. So as soon as I finish this video, I can export it, I can toss it in the computer, export it, and upload it, and it'll be ready in the morning. Isn't that great? I like that. That's so much easier this way as one complete video. And also, if you want to comment / give your opinion or love or likes or shares or whatever to any of the photos involved in the challenge, any of the submissions, head on over to the Sharp Goat Photography Facebook page, where you can do just that. People will welcome the your opinion is very valuable. That is the whole point to this challenge, not just to hear my opinion, yours as well. We want to hear what you think, because that is how we will learn. That is how we will grow as photographers. Oh my god, I almost forgot mine. Hold on a second, let's jump into mine for a second. My rubber ducky, here we go. So albums, I'll do mine very quick, because I've already, okay, so this lady is very important to me, because she is my friend Catherine. She's a nutritionist, and she is one of the happiest people I know. And she also got me to stop eating crap, so I could lose a little bit of weight and stop looking so chunky. So this was taken actually this morning at what she calls Collective Kitchen, where she invites everybody to, invites a number of people into, we all cook as a group, and we all basically cook batch dinners for the rest of the week. So we cook once, distribute everybody's food amongst one another, equal portions, everybody goes home, and we have dinner for a week. It's a great setup. Anyways, she's a very, very happy lady. If you want to chat with her over on Twitter, she's at Evolve Nutrition. I'll set up her Twitter handle, because she is just an awesome person to know. She is awesome. Look at her. Look at that smile. She's out smiling the ducky. The ducky is so happy to be next to such a bright, vibrant person there. Anyways, she abducted my ducky for a little bit, so I decided, I might as well take a picture of her then. She didn't understand what the ducky was for, so I explained it to her. Took a shot and said, there we go. That's what the ducky does. It brightens people's day. It's great. And I was going around university with my old alma mater, my campus, University of Guelph, and noticed that this Canon, which has stood here for I don't know how many years, since dawn of time, I don't know. The Canon has always been in a certain spot, and I noticed that they moved it. So anyways, this Canon gets painted over and over again each year, multiple times, so I just planted the ducky on that and kind of acted like, the Canon, it's operating the Canon. But also it's a nice colorful thing to plant it on, but the ducky doesn't get lost, and so, I don't know, thought it was kind of cool. And this one, I found a boat. In the middle of a park. So I thought, you know what, duckies usually swim. Ducky should be captaining the boat. So it's Skipper Ducky. And also I thought it was a great opportunity to throw on the wide angle and just get right in close, but keep as much of the background. Now that I think about it, I would have opened up, I probably would have opened up my depth of field more, so that you can clearly see that it is a boat, because maybe it's not that clear, but that's just my afterthought now. And going along with what Melissa was doing, trying to make a smaller object a smaller part of a big picture, I saw all these faces, and I thought, rubber ducky, a big shiny happy face right in the middle of all these stone faces that look pretty mad, like they want to kill someone, and this person's missing a nose. So I just kind of planted it there, framed it up, and thought, yeah, ducky will stand out. These people need some happiness. And then ducky in a tree, which was very tough, let me tell you. Trying to get up high and then getting a ducky to stay there, and then coming down and then taking the picture and then climbing back up to retrieve ducky. That was a pain in the ass. And even then, his eyes came out a little bit soft, so it didn't really work. But there we go. And then, of course, another important activity that I really, really enjoy very much, cycling. I love cycling almost as much as I love running, but unfortunately running isn't very great on my knees, so I get out cycling as much as I can, and I was out quite a bit today. Earlier on in the week, when I was out on my bike ride to the other end of town, I took Ducky with me, so this is out close to the highway. Sometimes I stop for a break with a book or with some podcasts to listen to. Tossed Ducky on the bike and took a shot there. So there we go. I should have waited. There were many cars coming this way, so I should have waited until this car cleared the frame, because these headlights, as blurred out as they are, they still bug me. I really wish I had a clearer frame for it. There was always a bus or a truck or something driving through. So maybe I should have waited a little bit more. But there we go. Those are my shots. Them's my shots. How do you like them? I would love to hear some feedback. So head on over to the Facebook page, Bajoom, where these photos will be uploaded by tomorrow morning so that you can comment on them. And if you would like to challenge someone, send them over to sharpcode.com/blog. I've already been over all this, but once more time with feeling, send them over to this to the challenge. They can check out some of the previous challenges and also get in on the challenge that we'll be doing this week, which will be coming out soon.